Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Gleason. I'm happy that you're learning about math during art or art during math. Kind of cool. So we thought we'd do something that had to do with symmetry and a little bit of paper folding, which is called origami. So you can see I have two little puppy dog faces here, and I'm going to show you how to make this one first. And then you can go a little further and make a few more folds and make one that has more like of a little lower jaw. So I will show you that in just a second. Maybe you can look at it and see where the line of symmetry is and how everything is exactly the same. All right, so any kind of paper is really all you need. If you have scissors, that's helpful. But I'm going to show you how to make a square out of just a piece of notebook paper, and that will help us to start off. So this is a rectangle, but what I'll do is I'll take the bottom corner and try to match it up. If you already have origami paper, that's great, because that starts off as a square. And what I'm trying to do is really match this corner up and this edge before I flatten and make my fold. I think I've got it pretty well. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you get it pretty good and straight, that will help you. So when I push the fold down with my fingers, I also actually want to use my fingernail, and that makes a really strong fold. Okay, so this is what I have. It's not a square, not symmetrical. But what I'm going to do is take this top and fold it down. I want to make this line exactly where my fold is. So I want to kind of push it over, and then I have to look at the side right in here and make sure it's not bending itself over. So it looks like I've got it right. I want to make sure my paper's lined up really carefully. And then again, fold and push with my fingers first, and then even use my fingernail, which I don't have long nails, but it's just an extra little push. Okay, so you're going to say, Mrs. Gleason, that is still not a square. It looks like a strange shape. It's not symmetrical. Oh, wait, but I'm starting to see something that might be, and that would be, okay, you see that line of symmetry right down the middle with the two triangles on either side. So I need to get rid of this top rectangle. If you had scissors, that's right where you would cut. If you don't have scissors, this is what I like to do. I make sure that fold is really good and strong, and then I open it and turn it over and do the same fold. It goes really easily that time. And by folding it both ways and really using my fingernail, if I'm super careful, I can kind of rip along that edge. Now you see it didn't work perfectly, but I've got a fold there that's going to help me. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to take my time and keep working at it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Instead of ripping where it went the wrong way, I'm going to try to start at the other end, because I think I can get it really carefully from right there. Let's see. Really carefully. Oh, that one little bit doesn't want to come off. I bet I can just fold it over and forget about it. All right. Whew. All that work, and I finally have a square that is symmetrical. If I were to turn it this way, you can see my fold, or not paying attention to my little holes here. But do you think the shape is symmetrical? Yeah, I could draw a line vertically up and down. I could draw a line horizontally, or the other way diagonally. Pretty cool. So this square has lots of lines of symmetry. If we keep it folded along that first one and turn so that it looks like a triangle with the point down, that's the beginning of our puppy dog face. Look for a second at this little guy, and you can see the difference, right? I bet some of you could even predict and tell me what to do next. It would be the two sides. So if I take this one edge, oops, you know what? I'm realizing I forgot a step. Do you see the fold down the middle? I need to do that first. Okay, let's take this corner and go the whole way. Okay, as I do that, I'll use my fingernail again. I'll unfold it. Now here's something that is kind of hard to show you, but the fold is pushing down. So I'm actually going to flip it over, and that makes the puppy dog's face kind of puff up like 3D a little bit. Okay, now I bet you guys could predict what I need to do. Okay, my triangle is symmetrical. I'm going to take this corner and fold down. That's going to create an ear. I don't want to go all the way to the fold, but just part way. And I want a little bit of this ear down here to fall down below the puppy dog's face. So I just kind of figure that out and fold. I can use my finger again. And over here, same exact thing. So I can keep his face symmetrical. Here we go. Okay, the next step could be to take this very bottom part because it's kind of pointy. If you want your dog to have a pointier nose, that's fine. But if you'd like, you could take this bottom and fold backwards. So if I kind of turn it, I'm taking that back. I'm going to use the table to help me. And just kind of make sure it's straight before I press down and it's staying symmetrical. So that is this most simple puppy dog. And you can see it doesn't really matter where you get the eyes. They could be a little higher up if you wanted. I put mine down low. And then I just drew an upside down triangle to keep that symmetry for his nose. If you want to keep going, you can see the difference between these two. So this little guy's got kind of a bent up nose, and you can see the bottom of his jawline. The difference there would be to kind of pull the piece that you just had pushed back and take just the front piece, because it's actually two, and fold that up. Okay? The bottom piece should still be pushed back behind for now. So with this front piece up, is it still symmetrical? Sure is. I'm going to take just the little tip and fold down. I realize that's kind of hard to see with the shadows there. Trying to see if I hold it up. There we go. So you can see I've gone back and forth a couple times to make the little nose kind of show a little better. And then you can probably guess this part, which is like the bottom of the jaw, needs to come from here. And again, I bet some of you could figure out what I need to do because you see it straight across the bottom. So I need to fold just a little bit backwards. Here he is, my little puppy dog. So this one still needs eyes. So I'll stick my little eyes. I'll make these a little bigger and a little more cartoony. And then I just kind of carefully traced that triangle nose and colored it in on that second one. So there he is. Ooh, I could even, like, what if I added a little tongue sticking out here? Right? And I could open his little mouth up. And I could definitely add color. I could definitely use a different kind of paper, but I was using notebook paper just to show you guys you can do it with any kind of paper. All right, good luck, everybody. Can't wait to see and hear about what you create.